Hey, our last task for today is about temperatures in a city. So the morning temperature in a large city in Minnesota was recorded every day for 7 days, and you can see them here as follows. So we're going to take those and graph. So now one thing I noticed about this number line is that instead of going left to right, this number line is going up and down. So I can still see 0. I can see my positive numbers are going to go up. Here's 5, here's 10, and I can see in between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just every tick mark is counting by ones. And anytime I'm talking about a negative number, it needs to go down. So take these here and see if you can drop them in the correct place. So pause the video and do that. Okay, now B wants us to find the ones that are opposites, and it wants us to select all of those. So there's not just one right answer. So look through and see anytime you have an opposite. So for an example, if one day it was 5 degrees and another day it was -5, those would be opposites because they're the same distance from 0. So pause the video and look through and see which ones are opposites and select any of them that you think are opposites. Okay, next, gave you some answers there. Okay, so next, this asks us to complete the sentence. Opposites are blank from 0, but on blank of 0. So the first one, they are the same distance or different distances. We're talking about opposites. And again, you can go back a page right here. And actually, you can go back 2 pages to task 2, and you have a definition right here of opposites if you need that to answer that question. So that's that one. Okay. C, the opposite of -7 is blank. So think about the opposite of -7 would be what? Because it is the same or different distances from 0, but on the same or opposite side. So again, using that definition from right up above, think about the opposite of 7. And D, we again are selecting all of these that are true. So a point at 10 represents 10 below. So I notice here, this just says 10. So that means 10 positive. So if I'm coming back up to my chart, 10 positive is going to be above 0. So you need to read that first sentence and decide if that is true. A point at 10 represents 10 degrees above 0. So one of those is true, one of those is false. So 10 positive is going to be above 0. So then go ahead and finish D and select all that are true. And pause the video if you need to finish that, and then come back to do E. We're almost done for today. When a temperature is the opposite of another temperature, the 2 temperatures are blank from 0, but on blank of 0. So again, we're just using that definition of an opposite. So they are the same distance from 0, but they're on opposite sides of 0. Okay, and our last turn and talk is think about when in the real world do you see opposites, or have you used opposites or negative numbers? And tell me about a couple situations that you've actually had to use a negative number. And that is all of our lesson today.